Do you want me to mention police first?
No, I just
All right, we ready? All right. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order and let the record reflect that this meeting was posted as required by the Texas Open Meetings Records Act. I want to welcome everyone here tonight that's in the audience. We appreciate you all coming. Our first item is to establish a quorum, and we do have a quorum. I'd also like to take the next item, which is a moment of silence. If everybody could please give us a few seconds here. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Tanya Garza.
Good evening, Mr. President, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, board members, senior team, and audience. Today's Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Ashley Galvan, a fifth grade student at Zavala Elementary. She is the daughter of proud parents Jose and Erica Galvan. Ashley is a dedicated and high-achieving student, consistently earning a spot on the A honor roll for her strong academic performance. In addition to her studies, Ashley is a student council president and an exemplary chess player. Just recently, she earned the honor of being named in the top 100 chess players in Texas.
Wow.
In the age 10 female division by the Texas Chess Association. Ashley also competes in UIL events and is on the Battle of the Book school team. She is also part of the Zavala Safety Patrol and Robotics Challenge team. Her career interests are as diverse as her talents. Ready for this one? Ashley aspires to become an educator and ultimately a school superintendent. She hopes to attend the University of Texas after graduating from Harlingen CISD. Please help me welcome Miss Ashley Galvan.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. So when are you competing this year for the next round of the chess championship? Where's the next tournament? Every weekend? But when are the state, you're going to compete statewide too, aren't you? When does the state start? February? All right. Well, we're going to be watching you, so, and we hope you come back because by the time you graduate, Dr. Corton may be ready to.
You can come try it a day or so, actually, just saying.
Thank you for helping us out tonight. Okay. All right. Our next item on the agenda is awards and recognitions, and the first thing is recognition of the Harlingen Area Educational Foundation. Ms. Hofflinger, please.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. It is an honor to present this group of community leaders this evening. Our district is proud to have an educational foundation to partner with our district. The foundation provides means for underfunded educational programs and activities, which is used to facilitate student achievement and skills development and expand community involvement for individuals, businesses, and civic organizations. This past year, HAIF organization raised over $133,000 for student scholarship and teacher staff innovative grants. As HCISD liaison, I can attest to these individuals' passion for our district and their heart for kids. Tonight, we would like to present to them a few plaques of recognition that were actually prepared by our HSHP students. A few years ago, HAIF was able to sponsor a laser printer for the campus, and so tonight, the plaques that they're going to be receiving were created by the students and especially for them. So we want to thank them. So at this time, I'd like to invite our representatives who are here tonight, Jay Cantu, Dr. Bonnie Ferrial, Valerie Garcia, Cynthia Loya, and Amaru De La Paz to come on up to the front, please, to be recognized. And board, I'd like to invite you down with Dr. Cotan. We're all going to go down first.
Okay.
All right, straight ahead, big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold it there.
I left off one name, Miss Adele Clinton. Thank you so much, Adele.
Wait, this is me. That's you. Pull the chair up for me.
Well, I want the public to know, because a lot of people may not realize how important an organization this is to our school district. These people work 12 months out of the year with fundraisers to raise funds for the students in our district, to provide scholarships and benefits to our teachers. That has been going on for years, but this group of people has taken it to another level. I know you said, I think, 130,000 last year. I think they've raised over 300,000 in the last 2 years. And so they have benefits throughout the year, and we need to support them because they help these kids out immeasurably. And I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do, because it's very important to the district. And Maru, you and your group have, your benefit the other night was wonderful, and y'all raised a lot of money again for this year's students, which you will be awarding scholarships in, I believe, in May. Is that correct? And again, thank you so much for everything that you do for us.
And on top of everything he said, they have regular jobs.
Yeah.
And kids in the school district. And so, you know, we're very appreciative, like Greg said, of everything you all do. I know Adele just joined, and I couldn't be more excited for her, for HAIF, and for the school district, for her to join that. And Ms. Loya, is she here? I know we heard her name, but I don't think she's here. But, sorry, the rest of the group, they're veterans. They've been doing the work for years, and they've been a great partner to the school district. So if we don't say it enough, thank you, because a lot of students benefit from your hard work and partnership of the community, too, that, you know, that's usually the ones that buys the tables, makes the donations, and so we're grateful to them, too. It's a huge village that we have here, and we're grateful to have partners like HAVE.
So Eladio's stealing all my words tonight. The word he used, partnership, that's the one I was going to say. So just thank you for being wonderful partners and for going out and acquiring partners in the community to help showcase our district, to help provide funding for our district. The plaques that you all got tonight, I mean, that's something, that you can see, hopefully that you have in your office or your home, and you can see tangible, right? Something that you all helped to bring a technology to a campus through your efforts, and look at what those kids can do now that they might not have ever been exposed to before. And so just a huge thank you for exactly what Eladio said. You have full-time jobs. And so for adding this in addition and putting that on your plate to put on events and to fundraise and to go out into our community and tell our story about what we're all about, so that folks in our community will want to join us. And so very appreciative for all that you do. Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
Dr. Muniz?
Yeah, just, again, when I think of HAFE, I think of just the awesomeness. I remember the one year that you guys all came together, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think you're the ones that actually created one of the first sensory rooms for special needs. And ever since then, that was like a seed. From that, we've got sensory rooms in almost every school, and it's pretty powerful. That came from you, and it's for special needs children. Of course, I'm biased because I do have a special needs child, but that was powerful. And so when I think of HAVE, that's what I think of, that love for all of our kids, not just some of our kids. And I'd be remiss, these are some great leaders in our community. Jay Cantu, he doesn't just give time to HAVE, he gives time to our district over and over. Dr. Bonnie, she's got students at her dentistry and teaching them, and I run to them all the time, and they love the fact that they can shadow her. We got some great people here. Madhu, fantastic job leading all these wonderful people. So when I think of HAVE, that's what I think of. Planting the seeds. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Leah?
Yeah, and I don't want to repeat everything that everyone's already said, but just thank you so much for all the contributions that you make. You're a team filled of just fantastic leaders, and it's no surprise that the impact that you make just lasts for years and years and years. And I'm looking at my favorite dentist in the world right now. She's just a prime example of the type of person. Jay, Maru, great leaders. And I will add one more, Anita Boswell, who's my boss at First Community Bank, who has served on your board, I think, the longest of any of your board members. She did it 14? She's our OG. She's the OG, that's right. And yeah, she's, and so just filled with great leaders. Thank you so much for what you do. Your fingerprints are all over the district.
Just wanted to jump in. So yes, thank you to all of you. And whenever your meetings are going on, you're rushing in because I know that you have like this much time during the day. But just a huge thank you, because I feel like every time we turn around, HAVE has a new idea of doing something to impact the community. And so that event that you all had earlier this semester or this month was just incredible, because it's about bringing our entire community together to do great things for kids. And I'll also add in teachers and just all of our employees. What started as a teacher innovation grant has now expanded to any employee in the district because it's so impactful. So just thank you for the work that y'all are doing. Thank you for the work that you will do in the spring, because the spring doesn't get any easier. And there's banquets and events and everything else. So just a huge thank you for choosing to spend some of your time with us. And earlier this evening, we had our Christmas social with our administrators. And I reminded them that the work that we do today, we may not ever meet the people that are going to reap those benefits. And I would say the same for our HAVE board, because the work that you all do is going to impact people that you may not ever meet, right? It could be a year, it could be 5 years, 10 years, even more. But I think that work is so important. So just a huge thank you for all that you all have done. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you again. Okay, our next item on the agenda is recognition of U.S. News and World Report Best Elementary and Middle Schools. Mrs. Tanya Garza.
Good evening, Mr. President, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, board members, senior team, and audience. The 2025 Best Elementary and Best Middle School rankings have been published, and the news is definitely outstanding for HCISD. 6 of our schools earned Best Elementary Schools, and 2 have earned Best Middle Schools, ranking among the top 40% of schools in Texas. In total, 47,573 elementary schools and 23,861 middle schools were ranked based on schools' proficiency in mathematics and reading as measured by the State Assessment, or STAR. The rankings used a balanced formula. Half of the score was based on academic performance, while the other half considered results within the context of socioeconomic demographics. This means the top-ranked schools were not only high-achieving schools, but also excelled in educating all students equitably. We are incredibly proud of our HCISD schools that have been recognized by the U.S. News and World Report, and this remarkable achievement reflects our district's unwavering commitment to excellence and student success. So if Mr. Powers and Dr. Corton can join me up in the front, I will be calling out our schools individually. So principals, please, you'll make your way up to the front. We have a nice certificate and a poster for you. And then, once we're done, if you can go ahead and just wait up here at the top, we'll take a photo collectively. So, Bonham Elementary, Principal Minnie Ramirez. Bowie Elementary, Principal Sabrina Garza. I know. Thank you, Juan. Dr. Rodriguez STEM Academy, Principal Adriana Ariano. Oh, no. Means Fine Arts Academy, Principal Melissa Almaraz. Stewart Place Elementary, Assistant Principal Loretta Sanchez. Zavala Elementary, Principal Beatriz Cruz. Memorial Middle School Principal Bill Snavely.
Which one is Bill?
Oh, my goodness.
It's like a staff meeting. Yeah. Excited to have a staff meeting. Take advantage of it.
It's awesome.
Okay, you just need the mic. I'm coming, I'm coming.
All right, very good. Just like that.
Yeah.
Big smiles.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. One, 1, 2, 3.
You had a lot to say about
Harlingen School of Health Professions Principal Tina Garza. If we could have the board go ahead and join us up here for a group photo.
That's there, Scott, come on.
Yes, let's get
So when you say we're gonna have it.
All right, straight ahead, big smile, so we want to get a good picture. Very nice. 1, 2, 3. One more. Ready. Ready, 1, 2, 3. All right, very good.
Okay, don't move, don't move.
Social media for Facebook real quick. So y'all in the back board, you can clap for them. I'm gonna go up. Ready? Go.
I'm going to have you all pause right there as well. If we have, we'll join, have Memorial Middle School staff go ahead and join us up here. Zavala staff, if there is any other staff members, I do see some instructional coaches, assistant principals from the campus. Please come on over and we'll take a huge group photo. Oh, quick selfie with Dr. Muniz first. And yes, Juan will help guide you guys.
All right, we can actually like fill in the gaps over here on the second row. So we can head on this way. Yeah, there's plenty, behind the board members, we can be. All right, you two can go to the next. We're gonna do all this separate. Trying to get you guys. Just like that. Very good. Big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Very good.
Let me move it forward. Oh, that's not my chair.
Okay, let's see, where are we?
Are we doing comments or not? Are we going to do comments?
Sure. See somebody wants to start?
I do. Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to just congratulate profusely each one of these schools. This is tremendous. There's so much work that goes into something like this ranking. And what's great about it is sometimes being a data nerd like I am, which proudly I say that, I think, oh, now what was the scale and what was the this and is it really true? But going to these schools, knowing to see it, I fully believe in the ranking here. I'm so excited for you all. And I personally think, Dr. Corton, that, there's the Hollywood strip where there's stars in the street and don't we need something like that? All the schools that get these kinds of recognitions, permanent recognition of your success. So anyway, thank you, what this represents that you do for our kids and for our families. Congratulations.
Dr. Monreal-Cotto? You're good? Okay, I'm sorry. All right. I want to thank you all too. This is, to reiterate, 47,573 elementary schools competed for this, and 23,861 middle schools. I mean, what an incredible honor that our schools are that efficient and that stand out that much. So thank you again for all your hard work. Thank you for making our district proud, and this is the things that make people want to come to Harlingen and come to our schools. So thank you all very, very much. Dr. Patan?
So every chance I get, I always thank principals. I think that is the hardest job I will ever have. Aside from being a mom, that is the hardest job I will ever have, because you have another home, another family, another budget, another everything. And the work of a principal never ends. And so I just want to say a huge thank you, because everything that we're able to accomplish, it doesn't happen without our principals. We are blessed beyond measure. And this year, as we are closing our calendar year, I just want to say what a great way to say thank you and to just reflect on a wonderful first semester. Thank you for the work that you do. I'll also say thank you to your staff members too, because they are the heart of our schools. But just a huge thank you to our principals. Forever grateful for each of you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Cortana. All right. So our next item on the agenda is going to be recognition of Harlingen CISD by Cognia for a 100-year award of accreditation. Mrs. Dalia Garcia.
Good evening, Board President, Board of Trustees, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, Administration, and audience. This evening, we have a very special recognition. Joining me this evening in the audience, we have Director for Cognia, Mary Brinkman, and Jody Wade joining us. Cognia is a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving educational outcomes and opportunities for all learners, supporting the accreditation of schools worldwide, pre-K through 12, as well as higher education. Accreditation through Cognia follows a 6-year cycle of school improvement. During that process, Cognia works shoulder to shoulder with our campus administration and undergo a rigorous process of self-evaluation and review alongside an evaluation team. During that time, strengths and suggested areas for continued improvement are shared as they study their campus and their instructional programming. Cognia offers various tools to support school processes, including observation instruments, survey instruments, and also offers professional development resources to the campus. Cognia is here because they are a proud partner with Harlingen CISD schools and want to award and recognize our comprehensive high schools for their dedication to improve student outcomes, as well as honor our commitment to excellence that spans over 100 years. Accreditation with HCISD. So I'd like to invite Mary Brinkman, Director for Cognia, to our podium so that she can share a little bit more and highlight our campus and our partnership spanning over those years.
So, Mr. President and Dr. Cortan and all of the board, I'm not going to get all the titles right and everything in audience, but thank you so much for having us here today. I am so proud and just amazed. 100 years ago, we formed a partnership with your district to work with some of your schools on continuous school improvement. And it's very, very much a cycle. And so as the school district and the schools have evolved over the years, Cognia has evolved right alongside of you. And I'm really proud of the work that was done together. And actually, your school just finished this year's review for their next 6-year cycle, and Harlingen South also finished theirs. And it was great. And my team members who come down to the school to do a site visit really enjoyed the visit at the campuses and really appreciated seeing all the hard work, the dedication, and the passion and the love that the staff have for the kids that you work with. So we're very, very appreciative, and I just wanted to bring you our plaque, and we have a banner. And Dr. Cortan, we're so proud of you being a Harlingen High School graduate also, and being our interim superintendent now, so we brought you some flowers also to celebrate you in your new position here. But thank you so much for this opportunity and for the partnership that we have had, and we hope to continue for another 100 years, at which time I probably won't be here anymore. But thank you.
So at this time, we want to recognize Harlingen High School, and if we can have Mr. Powers and Dr. Cortan join us for a picture. We have our Harlingen High School that is being honored for their 100 years of accreditation with HCISD and Cognia. So I'd like to invite our Harlingen High School administration, Adriana Huerta, Associate Principal, Gina Ramirez, our instructional coach. We have Alicia Moore, our Assistant Principal, and Marisa Salcedo as well, Assistant Principal for Harlingen High. If you can come forward and take a picture.
Okay, just like that. Very good. All right, big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, if we can have our board members as well, our Board of Trustees, come down and take a group photo.
smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
We'll have a 100-year speech ready.
Yeah.
Well, let's start at the beginning.
Okay. Thank you all very much. What an honor. 100 years. I mean, our school district started, I think, in 1915 or 1916, I forget. And, boy, you don't see many organizations that are been around that long, and we appreciate the support you provide us. I mean, it's in our recent review, and we are still up at the top, which we expect, but thank you so much for this honor. It's this banner will hang proudly, I'm sure, in our front auditorium here, out in front of our auditorium, and
Or we can put it, Mr. President, under, one of our HHS, under the, I don't know, there's got to be a special place we can put it in a time capsule there and then open it up in 100 years,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's exactly.
Yes.
Thank you for being this.
Thank you.
well, we appreciate the honor. Thank you.
Same to you.
Happy
you,
holidays.
thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Okay, our next item on the agenda is recognition of PTSA Students of the Month for December. Ms. Sylvia Gamboa.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, interim superintendent, Dr. Cortan, administration, and audience. This evening, we will recognize our December PTSA Students of the Month. Our students represent the PTSAs of Harlingen High School, Harlingen High School South, Harlingen Collegiate High School, and Harlingen School of Health Professions. We hope you enjoy.
Hello, my name is George Kingston Arona, and I am a senior at Harlingen High School. This year, I am part of various organizations, including captain for the boys' varsity swimming and water polo team, a member of HOSA, STUCO, National Honor Society, HSZ Student Athlete Leadership Team, and serve as parliamentarian for PTSA. Outside of school, I am a dedicated swimmer for the Harlingen Aquatic Center SEAL team. My personal interests include gaming, computers, going to the gym, and cherishing quality time with my family and friends. For my post-secondary plans, I have been presented with an exciting opportunity to continue my swimming career at Cincinnati University, located in Shreveport, Louisiana, and major in biology.
Hi, my name is Tatum Hadley-Helmer, and I am a senior at Harlingen High School. This year, I am a part of the National Honor Society, Vice President of the senior class, member of Student Council, on the varsity volleyball team, in the top 10% of my class, reporter of the Future Farmers of America, member of Parent, Teacher, and Student Organization, First Vice President of the Allegiance Forage Club, Cameron County Forage Council Treasurer, member of the Calvary Baptist Church Youth Group, Cards for Christ, the Harlingen Cotillion Club, and the American Auxiliary Bluebonnet Girl State Citizen. In my free time, I like to spend quality time with my friends and family, bake cookies and brownies, fish, and go to the beach. After high school, I plan on attending Mays Business School at Texas A&M University, College Station. Gig 'em!
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Cruz, and I'm a senior at Harlingen High School South. I'm a 3-time varsity cheerleader and captain, student council vice president, PTSA publicist. I'm a member of National Honor Society, Blue Knights, Hawks for Christ, HCIC Student Athlete Leadership Team, National Technical Honor Society, Cotillion Club of Harlingen. I'm a part of the NCAA All-American team, and I'm a performer for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Pearl Harbor Memorial Day Parade, and London New Year's Day Parade. In my free time, I enjoy cheerleading, volunteering in my community, and traveling. After graduation, I plan to attend Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, and major in political science. Hi, my name is Serena Khanna, and I am a senior here at Harlingen High School South. This year, I'm a part of Lady Hawk varsity basketball and a team captain for 3 years, PTSA parliamentarian, Student Athlete Leadership Team, National Honor Society, Cotillion Club of Harlingen, and a member of Student Council. In my free time, I enjoy spending time with family and friends and traveling. After high school, I plan on attending college and majoring in exercise science.
My name is John Garcia. I'm a senior at Harlingen Collegiate High School. This year, I'm the Vice President at PTSA, National Honor Society member, Student Council member, and a programmer for our state qualifying team 11158, and City Council recognized. In my free time, I enjoy spending time with my friends and family. I also have a part-time job as a certified restaurant trainer at Whataburger. I also enjoy traveling and volunteering throughout my community. After high school, I plan on attending the University of Michigan and majoring in mechanical engineering.
Hi, my name is Jose Alberto Davila, and I am a senior at Harlingen Collegiate High School. I am currently President of National Honor Society, President of Hope Squad, Head Editor of Design for Yearbook, Class Secretary Officer, Member of Student Council, Student Ambassador, Member of the Education Pathway, PTSA member, and have been top 10 of my class my last 3 years. In my free time, I enjoy spending time with my friends and family, working at my part-time job Chick-fil-A, and volunteering in my community. After high school, I plan on attending UT-IGV to finish my undergrad, then attend UT Health School of Dentistry to pursue a career in the dental field.
Hi, my name is Andrea Carrillo, and I'm a senior at Harlingen School of Health Professions. I'm a part of PTSA, NHS President, NTHS Treasurer, Yearbook, Class of 2025 Historian, Student Council, Top 10, Spanish Club, and I was previously a competitive gymnast, and I'm now teacher to preschoolers where I'm also a dance class assistant. In my free time, I like to bake, craft, go thrifting, go to Bandera, read, tumble, and dance. After I graduate, I plan to attend UTSA, where I will major in nursing. Hi, my name is Maya Monreal, and I'm a senior at the Harlingen School of Health Professions. I'm a part of the varsity volleyball and varsity powerlifting teams at Harlingen South. I am my senior class treasurer, a member of the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society, a National Hispanic Scholar, in the top 10 of my class, and a student in the Pharmacy Technician Pathway, and a part of the Harlingen Cotillion Club. In my free time, I like to spend time with my friends and family. I also like to read my Bible and give back to my community. After graduation, I plan to attend the University of Texas at Austin or the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and major in biochemistry to become a pharmacist.
Congratulations to our Students of the Month. I'd also like to extend a round of applause for our students' family members joining us today. Family, can you please stand? Thank you. We want to thank the Harlingen City Council PTA for celebrating our Students of the Month. On behalf of the organization, I'd like to invite Samantha Ortega, Dr. Powers, and Dr. Cortan to come forward for photos with our students. Students, as I call your name, please come up to the front for a photo. For Harlingen High School, Tatum Helmer. Harlingen High School, George Arona.
Straight ahead, big smile, ready, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, very good.
You can come closer.
Harlingen High School South, Jocelyn Cruz.
Very good, big smile, ready, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, hold on.
Harlingen Collegiate High, John Garcia.
Big smiles, ready, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, very good.
Harlingen School of Health Professions, Andrea Carrillo. Accepting on her behalf is her mother, Miss Carrillo. Picture, yes, picture.
Just each way.
All right, big smiles, ready, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, very good.
And from Harlingen School of Health Professions, Maya Monreal.
All right, straight ahead, big smiles, ready, 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
At this time, I'd like to invite our Board of Trustees and campus administrators to come forward for a group photo with our students. Students, please stay behind after the photos to allow our Board of Trustees the opportunity to share any comments or remarks.
Excellent, very good. All right, big smiles, everyone, straight ahead. Ready, 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. All right, and we're gonna hold it right there.
Everybody, thumbs up, good job, everybody.
Mr. President, if I might just add my congratulations to each one of our very special selected students tonight. Congratulations, on a terrific year. I'm so glad, Mom, you were here to accept as well. We love recognizing the hard work. We love to recognize the parents, your whole support system for lifting you up and bringing you forward and getting to celebrate you. Tonight, it just struck me, like with the list, I mean, I'm sure all of you noticed, like this, I'm in this and this, and I love the phrase, in my spare time. And I'm thinking, oh my word. But then I love seeing these pictures where you're like having fun and being, unburdened by all that you accomplish, but you set these standards so high. So congratulations. Super impressed that you're already a trainer. And I mean, just every place I looked, I was so proud. And we as a board are so incredibly honored to get to recognize you. So congratulations.
Mr. President, congratulations. Great, good-looking group of students. Amazing jobs. I was looking just like, everybody was watching. And Tatum, I think you've got 13 extracurricular activities on there. Holy smokes, how do you do that? That's what Aggies do. Congratulations. And a little fun fact about Maya is actually one of my students at the pharmacy. So I just found this out. Just want to say this real quick. So Maya, how much do you weigh? About 110 pounds? And she's a power lifter. And she did a power lift last year, and you lifted 330 pounds? Is that correct? That's like three of you. That's impressive. Just impressive students. So, and what's the state record, 335 you said? So 5 pounds away? You're going to get it this year. Good job, kids. Students, amazing job. And parents, couldn't do without you, right? Round of applause for you guys. Thank you.
All right. I'm amazed every month, and particularly this month, at the accomplishments that these kids have. I mean, all of them are basically at the top of their class, every one of them. And in fact, one of them here tonight's #1 in her class, and there may be more. But I'm amazed at these accomplishments and how, like was said a minute ago, they do all these extracurricular activities and still they maintain their grades. I mean, what a real feat. That's so hard to do. And you all are going to do great in life. You represent this district well. And I hope when you graduate, you consider coming home, because this community needs leaders like you, because you all are leaders in your campuses and on the school and in the school district. And job well done. Thank you.
Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to your parents, because all of those lists are not done in the absence of great support. And so just a huge thank you. And yes, you always have a place to come back home to. I'm proud of you all, excited for your next chapter. And parents, I hope you all are enjoying every minute of your senior year. Congratulations.
All right. We're going to move on to our next item, which is a special one tonight, our principal's report by one of our outstanding principals in our outstanding performing schools, Mrs. B. Cruz.
We brought a cheering section tonight, of course. So we always got a lot of Zavala spirit.
That's right.
I think you and Memorial were in competition for a while.
Well, we're a feeder to Memorial, so we're sending all our school spirit that way, so yes. Well, good evening, Mr. Board President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Cortan, senior team, and members of the audience. I'd like to begin by saying thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening on behalf of our Zavala Elementary community to present not only a principal's report, but to tell our family story, a story that exemplifies strength, a determined spirit, and is rich in legacy, a story that I believe in with all my heart and all my mind. But before I begin sharing about the best school in the universe, I would like to introduce members of our amazing staff who are here with us tonight. And I'm going to take a moment to introduce them individually, and so then we're going to give them a big round of applause because I am truly grateful to work alongside them each and every day. They're so hardworking, dedicated, loving, and make up our Zavala community. So I'll begin here with Mr. Valdespino, our assistant principal, Ms. Janice Ramirez, and you please stand, yes, Janice Ramirez, our instructional coach, Nurse Posada, Nurse Jessica Posada, Ms. Xochitl, 5th grade teacher, Mr. Mark Ortiz, pre-K teacher, Ms. Sofia de la Garza, 3rd grade, Zaida Arnold, 3rd grade, Cecilia Garcia, kinder teacher. We have Mr. Josue Cano, PE. And I'm going to introduce his wife too, because she taught at Zavala, so she's still a part of our family. Ms. Amy Cano, stand on up, yes. Everybody who's a part of Zavala is always part of Zavala till the end. So we have Ms. Joni Chavez, our GT teacher. We have Ms. Monica Velasquez, kinder. I see staff from our SOAR program, Mr. Angel Flores and Mr. Juarez, stand up. And Ashley Galvan, our student council president. And I think I got everybody, is that correct? Yeah, so if you could join me in giving them a big round of applause tonight. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. So science tells us that when an oak tree is planted, it could take up to 10 years to fully mature. And then additional growth can still occur. The beauty of this process is that cultivation and the anticipation that you see from that seed come to life. At Zavala, we are planting seeds, knowing that the roots are being established and growth is occurring. And that is one thing that we do well, is we continue to plant seeds, knowing that we will see them sometimes, and knowing that we may not see them at times. But that's part of what we do, and we do it with all our hearts. And our purpose is to establish roots that extend beyond our lifetime, knowing that our community needs us here, today, and in the future. So how do we sustain legacy at Zavala? Well, we use our leadership definition as a focus and as our compass. 3 areas that I pulled out that beyond some of the other areas that we do really well is we're innovative. You'll know that we are an Apple Distinguished Campus, and so we continue to build with creativity and collaboration, innovating, and continuing to stay within the trends and move our students to the next level. Developing self and others is very important. At Zavala, we know that we need to be our best in order for our students to be our best. But we don't hold that in. We have a reputation of always wanting to share with others, never hoarding that knowledge, never hoarding those gifts, but always sharing. And that teaches our students to learn and to share as well. We've been able to host other schools and other districts within our state to share what the great things, and that's been a part of our legacy within the past, well, as long as I can remember, and I've been there about 20 years. So that is something that is definitely sustainable at that campus. And then being adaptable. We know that times change, and we have to change as well in order to produce the best for our students, for our families, and for our community. So a couple of campus recognitions that we're definitely proud of, and tonight we earned the 2025 part of being on that list, right? Best elementary schools. One of the other areas that we're extremely proud of is being an Apple Distinguished School, and so we're in our 3rd designation. Will be an Apple Distinguished School from 2024 to 2027. And one of the things about this designation, and you may know this, but it's not just a designation that stays with you. You have to earn it. You have to continue to show that you're building that innovation, you're building your community. And so to be in our 3rd year says a lot about not only our students, especially our staff who carry that, but our families who have now joined as really engaged partners in what being an Apple Distinguished School means. We also have pets in the classroom. You'll see a little bit in our upcoming video, but in our early childhood special education classroom, we have 2 guinea pigs, Milo and Otis. And they have become a really special part of the classroom and our campus. They teach our students social emotional wellness, leadership, and the teacher that's in there and her team really do a great job of caring and nurturing that relationship with the pets. And then, of course, something that has been long-lasting at Zavala is our partnership with TEPSA. We host a student leadership conference, mainly for Region 1. And so we get student leaders with their sponsors who come in October for a full day of training. Representatives from TEPSA come on down, we plan with them, and we coordinate that day, and they come on in and support student leaders throughout the area. So we want to continue to tell our story of longevity and legacy. And Zavala was built in 1954, about 70 years ago, in a small neighborhood. And if you don't know too much, I mean, if you kind of don't know that area, you may not ever know that there's a campus in that neighborhood, because it truly is a neighborhood school. It truly does service not just that 2-mile radius, but as you'll see, I'll share a little bit of enrollment information. It now has become a school that is a light and really attracts a lot of our students all throughout the city. But we're currently sitting at 331 students. That's from pre-K 3 through 5th grade, and our early childhood special education unit. We support 53 bilingual students, 23 GT students, 53 special education students, and 4 migrant students. Our at-risk population is at 263, and we're currently 100% economically disadvantaged. Now, a little bit about our student enrollment data, which is something we take pride in because we do want to offer not just a building, not just a learning space, but truly a home, right? A family that our community feels a part of. So of course, after COVID, we took a small dip, and in 2021, we had 291 students. And as you can see that trend, upward trend, we've increased consistently from about 12 to 18 students each year, and we sit at that number. And so you can see we went up to 303, 322, and now we're at 331. And so our projections do indicate that we'll continue to build our enrollment, continue to fill our classrooms, and continue to build that Zavala legacy. So meet our team. So tonight you were able to meet a group that represents our amazing staff, but this is a group picture that represents everyone that has a hand in what happens at Zavala. As we say, sometimes it's all hands on deck all the time. And so truly grateful for this team, truly appreciate the hard work, their heart, and their dedication to the campus. We currently consist of about 58 total staff with 23 teachers. 10 of those teachers are TIA designated, and within our staff, 10 have graduate degrees. Again, something that we're proud of because we want to model, we want to lead by example. And so our teachers who continue to pursue that postgraduate education, it teaches our students to continue to grow. One of the things at Zavala, as well as our retention level, we retain our teachers. They find a home there. And I have heard before, are you hiring? Do you have any openings? I say, no, not right now. Well, let me know if you do, Ms. Cruz. I said, I'll let you know. Usually happens when someone retires, right? And so, that speaks to what's being built at the school, and that speaks to our family. So tonight, a special segment of our presentation is I'd like to highlight 3 staff members that have gone beyond the classroom and received recognitions. We have Ms. Xochilada, who's actually here with us tonight. Ms. Lada, if you'll wave and stand right there, yes. So Ms. Lada last year was a finalist for the Spark Award. The Spark Award recognizes outstanding science teachers in the state of Texas, and she was one of the top 6 nominated, went through a rigorous process, interviews, submitting video, and went to Houston to be recognized, and so we're very proud of her work. She leads the passion of science, and if anybody knows Ms. Lada, she definitely has a passion for science education, which ignites the entire campus, and so we're very proud of that. And then tonight we have 2 children's book authors, and so Ms. Monica Velasquez, if you'll stand, as well as Jessica Posada right here. So we're super proud of these ladies. They have begun, you'll see a picture there with their first publication, and they're ready for their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the works. So we're extremely proud of you ladies and all that you represent. Thank you. And so this just speaks to, again, planting the seeds, continuing to cultivate that environment that teaches our students that you can continue to do whatever's in your heart, whatever you've dreamed of. There's nothing that you can put on a shelf that you can't get back and say, hey, I want to do this. Is this my dream? Let's start. And I've, chatting with the ladies, they thought, oh, could I, write a book? Could I do this? Yes, you can. And so they are examples on our campus with that. So a couple of our partnerships with Zavala. And in this area, 3 of these partners are housed on campus, and we work collaboratively to support each program. Beginning with Head Start. We have both a Head Start and an HCISD pre-K3 classroom, and we work closely with both programs to support early childhood. We really see the connection when they go from pre-K3 to pre-K4 and kinder, and how that foundation is really solidified, and students have that edge. Students have those additional steps moving in, and so we're really proud to be able to partner with Head Start. We also partner with the Special Education Department here at HCISD. Zavala houses the SOAR program. SOAR stands for Success, Opportunity, Achievement, Success Program. And this program services and supports kinder through 5th grade special education students that exhibit extreme behaviors. They go through the art process, and they need a change of placement. And so I'm going to ask Mr. Flores and Mr. Juarez to stand. They're represented, they work in the SOAR program. Yeah, so thank you, gentlemen. And so the team there does a phenomenal job working with students, teaching them the coping skills. Program director is Mr. Michael Garza, and so we work with them. At one point, they connect with our Zavala special education program, and we work closely with them. But it's a great, great program. Along with that, we just this year, we began housing the new Pathway Center Elementary DAEP. This center services both general ed and special education students, and is the equivalent to the secondary alternative center, but for elementary students as well. And so we're really proud to be able to partner and support these programs at Zavala. So a little bit about instruction and empowering you all the way through. And those hashtags we just saw, they're part of a strategic plan. So instruction, just a little bit about STAR data in 2023. Zavala earned a grade of 82, which we stood on a B. Continuing to 2024, we were able to remain a B. Understanding what our areas of strength are, what we do really well, but also understanding with new curriculum, new challenges, different students, we need to continue to customize our learning, customize our teaching, and then again continue into this next school year. With DOPAS, in 2023, we missed our goal of 49 by a couple of points, and we got a 46, but we decided we needed to get there. And so our bilingual teachers worked very hard, and this past school year, our students really excelled and showed us that they are extremely capable, and we were able to receive a 63, surpassing what our goal was. And this next picture is a proud picture of our bilingual teachers with our DOPAS banner that we are very proud to earn, just as a symbol of their hard work. But our instructional leadership continues to keep our instructional core at the forefront, building on high-level content, the educator skill, and always putting student engagement at the forefront. What can we do to continue to refine that? What can we do to continue to engage our students in the learning? And then finally, an area that I am extremely passionate about, and as well as our school, is just cultivating our community. And our community consists of many stakeholders, and really understanding what that means. It begins by making social emotional wellness a priority. Our counselor, Ms. Mori, does a phenomenal job of teaching character education lessons. We have components of capturing kids' hearts as well in our classroom, utilizing those practices. We have our process champions, and so we want that energy to be contagious, for students to feel loved, to feel valued. And so how do we do that? As well with our families and our community around us. One example of really engaging with our community, and Coach Gano's here. Where's Coach Gano? Right there. You can stand, Coach. I know you stood before, but again, one more time. So Coach Gano and Coach Vanessa Gonzalez, who are in our PE department, put together this event, and I think this is now our third or fourth year, right, Coach? I think third or fourth year. And so we understand that at Zavala, how you get to campus is you can walk, you can ride your bike, or your mom can take you in your car, right? And we don't have buses there at Zavala because of the proximity of the zoning and things like that. And so why not celebrate a way to get to school? And so we picked Earth Day, and it's a run, ride, walk event where every student participates. Drop off the bicycles in the morning. If not, you run. If not, you walk. And so everybody is out getting that exercise, but really celebrating our neighborhood, celebrating our community, and just celebrating who we are. And then finally, building culture at Zavala is key. And one of the areas that I love to speak about is our morning greeting. And so it is a huge system. Everybody has a place, everybody has a role, but part of this morning greeting is to ensure that we make a connection with every student, and hopefully even the family member who's dropping them off. We have the administrators, our counselor, we have teachers, paraprofessionals. Here we happen to have HHS football players and cheerleaders helping us out that morning. But every student gets a hello, a handshake, a high five, a hug. We try to make sure we call them by name, identify something like, for example, this week, we're all dressing up as, with Christmas attire. So noticing the extra effort that they put in the morning to wear the reindeer ears, thanking mom and dad as we open the door. Thank you for being here this morning. And so that truly creates that culture, those relationships, and celebrates the entire campus. And so in conclusion, we definitely see this as a light and as a beacon. Before a child can learn, they must feel loved. And we truly take that to heart just by what I described, just even in our morning greetings. We want our students and our family members, our staff, and everybody that walks through the door to be valued, to be loved, and to know that they are part of our community. And so to conclude, you will now have the opportunity to step into the world of what makes Zavala Elementary so magical. You'll watch a 3-minute video, and I ask that you not only see it through the lens of a school district leader, but also through the eyes of every child and every staff member that walks through the doors of our campus each day. Notice their expressions and how that tells a story of how much they are loved and valued. May you be inspired and empowered to walk with us as we continue to build legacy, to plant seeds, and see those trees grow. We'll go ahead and play the video.
The reason I decided to be a physical educator is because I would like to see the kids grow in the sports that they actually like. One of the sports that is very, very good for them is golf. Some of them don't ever go to a golf course ever, so whenever they go with their parents, they already pretty much know how to hold the golf club, and they know how to hit it. You see them learn, and you see them make the shot when they've never made a shot. It feels a good joy in their hearts, and they get glad, and it makes me glad to see them accomplish the sport that they enjoy.
In our classroom, we have a grant called Pets in Our Classroom, and so we have 2 guinea pigs, and this is our 2nd year with our guinea pigs. We have 2 males, it's Milo and Otis, and having these guinea pigs in my classroom have brought so many benefits for our students. And they learn all these skills, caring for the pets and the empathy and how to care for it, how to feed it. They take turns as a classroom job. All these skills that they're learning with the pets, they transfer over to their peers. And it helps them also show empathy for their peers, just as they show it for Milo and Otis.
This year, our 3rd grade team designed several extended activities. First, we hosted a tea party where students were able to dress up and learn about etiquette. The second activity wrapped up our unit on animal classifications. Students researched an animal of their choice, presented to their classmates, and ended by dressing up in animal attire while engaging in a scavenger hunt. Finally, to end our grade level book study, Balloons Over Broadway, students designed and created a character balloon as part of an at-home family project. To celebrate, the entire grade level showed off their balloons with a school-wide parade.
My favorite classroom activity is the tea party because we were able to dress up, sit with our friends, and eat snacks while we're watching a movie. I learned to be hospitable and kind so we can make friendships.
As a team, we design extension activities to make learning meaningful and exciting for our students. Creating these experiences allows our students to reinforce their learning, foster creativity, and develop social skills. When students see the relevance of their studies in real-world applications, it sparks excitement and motivation, providing enrichment opportunities, making learning more enjoyable and dynamic. And so we chose to highlight some really unique learning experiences that our teachers really work hard to create for our students. And one final thing before we conclude, I would like to invite both Mrs. Velasquez and Ms. Posada. They brought a gift for our board and Dr. Cortana, interim superintendent, autographed copies of their children's book. So ladies, if y'all want to come on up, they're going to give out some books.
So nice, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Are they signed?
They're signed.
Okay, just making sure.
They're already signed, so hold on to those copies.
Now, before they go back to their seat, I wonder if we should take a picture.
Of course, yes, we're going to have to.
Yeah, we and our principal.
Yeah. We have house chores and the wait until Sunday for pan dulce. No, you can't wait. Well, you got to read that book. It's torture for the little girl, yes. Oh, yes.
Couldn't do it without our leader.
All right, very good. Straight ahead, big smiles, everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, very good.
Don't leave, we have some questions for her.
All right, let's get the three gentlemen in the back right here to show us this. All right. That's good. Right there. All right. Awesome, very good. Big smiles, everyone. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold it there. I think someone's going to get.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm a proud mom right here.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir. Dr. Pettis?
I have some questions. Are you done? You have another video? Or
The end.
Well, first of all, thank you for the book. Thank you. This is awesome. Thank you so much. And, you know, it's said if you want to have success, you have to hire people with batteries included, and we definitely hit a home run with UB. You have a lot of energy. We appreciate you so much, and obviously continuing on the success that your predecessor started.
Yes.
Incredible school, incredible culture. There's the success of any organization is people, culture, and strategy, and you guys are, you know, have all cylinders going. So appreciate all the staff and all, you know, for being here. for me, I was amazed, and I'm just curious. It was, I did a little rough math. I knew it was close to 50%, but 10 out of 23 teachers, and I don't know if the same 10 or whatever, it doesn't really matter, but have graduate degrees and are TIA. 44%, that's a lot. Do we know? That's got to be a record for a school. Do we have any other school district that comes close to 44% that are TIA? I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm looking at Mrs. Scoggie.
Anyway, maybe we can answer later, but that's incredible. And I think it's kudos to the culture, the environment you have there. You can feel it even from, we're not there right now, but you can just feel like you said, the love and the delightful learning atmosphere and just that you all create there for the students. So thank you for being the incredible presentation. Keep up the great work. We're excited, especially in that community. We're very excited what you do there. So congrats to you. I don't really have any other questions aside from this. Those 10 of 23 is incredible. So keep up the great work. Really proud of you guys, and thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you. We're very proud, super proud.
Dr. Connor Monreal?
I think this was, for me, I'll just speak for myself, I think this is probably the best presentation I've seen. And it's because when we talk about educating the whole child, this is completely exemplary of that. In addition to the academics, really paying attention to social and emotional awareness, leadership skills. I had no idea. Thank you for telling us about the different community partnerships, because in addition to the socioeconomic status of the students there, those are some really unique and challenging areas that you have partnerships with, that you have really talented folks on your campus that are working with and really helping to give them every opportunity possible. And so thank you for doing that, because I feel the love when I'm on your campus, so I know they do, and I love every visit that I have to Zavala. Y'all probably like, okay, you can go now.
No, we love when you come over, yes.
But there are days, that reading loft, I wish I could just go and just hang out in the reading loft and just people leave me alone and just be there. Y'all have created a wonderful space. The Friday assemblies are wonderful. It is truly a neighborhood school, and it has such a place in my heart. My in-laws live right across the street, so does my sister-in-law. So it's a special part of our family. And but I just thank you for really taking each one of the students that you have at that school and just loving on them and making sure that every single one of them has opportunities to do whatever their heart desires. So thank you. This was wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir, Dr. Munoz.
Ms. Cruz, great things are coming out of Zavala, right? We had Ociel Ochoa come out of there, right?
Yeah,
Tanya Garza came out of there. I'm sure we have some amazing kids coming out of there. We got some great pan dulce coming out of there. My only question, Ms. Velasquez, who's Javier? My brother-in-law. I knew it was somebody. Wonderful. But just great presentation, great things going on over there, and great leadership. We've seen you grow, and we've seen you do some amazing things, and it shows when you have a group like this coming to support you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I do have one question.
Oh, yes, sir.
You mentioned that you have 331 students at the peak. What was how many students did you have?
So last year, we did get close to about 338.
And prior to COVID?
Prior to COVID, I remember when I started, we'd get close to 400. So 400, right, was about, Ms. Garza?
418.
418, yes. So we always average about at least 400 or right, kind of moved forward.
Okay.
So we're getting back there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Royal?
Ms. Cruz, Did you go to Zavala? Are you involved?
No, I did not go to
Okay.
Zavala.
Okay, well, it sounds like you did. It sounds like.
Well, I feel like I did.
Yeah, I think it probably qualifies at this point.
Yes.
No, and that's my only question. I just wanted to say just how proud I am of your school. Zavala plays a very unique note sound in kind of the symphony of HCISD. And without Zavala, it doesn't sound the same. And when I see pictures and videos of all your kids, I can see that future business owner. I can see a future teacher. I can see a future superintendent. I mean, the experience that you're providing for your kids is just irreplaceable. They're having the experiences that they need to become everything that we think they can be. And I'm seeing it happening. You've got just a fantastic team, and I can see it in all your eyes. Coach Cano, thank you for the idea of bringing that physical fitness, that idea of that neighborhood school. We're walking, we're riding bikes, we're running. That's why there's so many great athletes that come out of Zavala. They become
Yes.
Cardinals and win district championships. And there's just no, I mean, it's not shocking to see at all. Congratulations for doing such a great job, and keep it going. We need it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Dr.
thank you,
Wagner?
Mr. President. Yes, I too want to just add my congratulations to all of you. The teamwork is palpable. The caring that you all have for one another is tremendous. Thank you for your leadership, the way you're leading and giving, truly a servant leader, so thank you for that. And I too just want to recognize that, what I hear is how much the students and the families are truly dedicated to Zavala, and it is a neighborhood school for sure, but it's also attracting families from outside the area to your school because of that magical combination, what you have to offer. So just keep up the great work. We truly appreciate what you all bring to the table, so thank you. Congrats.
Dr. Reiniger.
You're going to get a grand slam here, Mr. Hymas.
I have a list of questions over here.
You can email them to me.
I'll get back to them in January.
Okay.
No questions, just comments. I want to kind of talk to you about on what Gina mentioned about the community. I know that's a very proud community. There's a lot of very involved parents in that community. So I want to thank you for opening your doors to partnerships, not just with other organizations, but even the families. I know, like Gina said, it's a neighborhood school, but it's a very proud community. You said it's a 2-mile radius, really, that covers?
It's a big triangle, and Zavala
Yes.
sits right in the middle of that 2-mile triangle.
It's very condensed,
yeah.
and I know that there's a lot of good people there. So I want to thank you for providing that for those families. And an interesting fact, I thought Ricky was going to bring it up. So me, Ricky, and B, we're all class of '95, Harlingen High School. So I know she didn't go to Zavala, but I know she went. We were on high school together. So I'm
Yes,
proud
we
of
are,
you. We're all
yes.
proud of you.
Yes, we are. Class of 95.
Except you
That's
look
it.
a
That's
lot younger.
That's all my comments.
So, again, a great program, great presentation. Dr. Cano, I think, really capitalized captured everything that you really exemplify. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and you're the right person for that school, and your staff is exemplary. I mean, like Dr. Pettis called out, the amount of graduate degrees and TIA teachers. I mean, that's incredible. 44%, I think you said, Dr. Pettis. I mean, that's remarkable, and you never have a vacancy. Nobody wants to leave. Everybody wants to stay there. And I think that's incredible for you. So what a model staff. One thing that amazes me is throughout the years that I've been here, I've always noticed throughout the years how many schools from out of district want to come see your school because you're a model school. I mean, you're Apple distinction, but people want to come and see what you're doing because you're doing things right, and they want to copy you. And I think that's quite an accomplishment. So thank you, and y'all did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Dr. Corton?
Sure. So first of all, yes, and I echo everything. But last week when I went to your campus, here's what I love about your campus, is if you look at the statistics and the percentage of economically disadvantaged kids at that campus, they have a lot of odds stacked against them. And last year, if you were at kickoff, you probably remember that I talked about Zavala Elementary, because it completely changed my dad's trajectory. He was a student at Zavala. But I think of all of that, and I think of the population you serve, and I think of all the great lessons every one of your teachers brings, but I'm going to pick on Coach Gano real quick, because every time that I visit with him, he talks about giving kids opportunities and experiences that that neighborhood may have otherwise not ever known. And for that, I think that there's so much to be said for the work that you're doing. It is truly a labor of love at Zavala. And then last week when I was in there meeting Milo and Otis, I walked into a classroom of students that have disabilities. But as I looked at those tables and as I watched them, you would never know that, because the level of expectation is the same for every student in your campus or at your campus. And I just love that. And yes, your huge smile in the morning makes everybody's morning as they're coming in. Even if you're not having a real good morning, you see B and they just got a huge smile, you just have to flip it. But just a huge thank you for the work that you're doing. Another last celebration that I'll share is that as we look at the class counts at Zavala Elementary, we're looking at the trajectory, and our lower grades have more students in them, which means that we're inching up a little bit more and a little bit more every year. So just a huge thank you. Truly work from the heart. So thank you to each of you. And I would be remiss if I didn't say how much we appreciate you continuing to do the Apple Distinguished Campuses. Thank you to Tanya for starting that entire journey, and here we are years later. Every year on Facebook, we get that reminder, right, Tanya? A lot thinner, a lot younger, all those things, but a lot wiser as well. But anyway, just a huge thank you. You are certainly a gem in our district, so congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you again. I definitely walk in the footsteps of some amazing leaders at Zavala, along with walking, hand in hand with the staff, students, and family. It takes everybody to do what you've just described, and so thank you for the opportunity. So, yes, thank you. Have a good evening.
Happy holidays, you.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Nice, thank you.
Okay. So our next item on the agenda is public comments for agenda topics.
Mr. President, there are no requested public comments for agenda topics.
And item number 5, public audience for non-agenda topics.
There are no requests for a public audience for non-agenda topics.
Nice Christmas present. Okay. The next we have the approval of the consent calendar. Do I have a motion?
President, I move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by Mr. Hymas, or no, by Dr. Muniz, I'm sorry. You all sound alike tonight. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Okay. So the next item is the matters relating to transportation of school support. And that's item 7A. Is going to be a Transformation Teaching and Learning Committee report by Dr. Cortan.
Mr. President, board members, and audience, we just heard from B about how much work we do from the heart, and this month's report for Transforming Teaching and Learning was again all about the heart. We heard from our partnership with Food Services and our Special Ed Department, where we are working with our Transition Academy students to come in and earn certifications and experiences that are going to position them, should they want to go into the food industry. And just watching our kids and hearing from them, they love what they do. So we're really excited about that partnership. When we think about opportunities that our students can have, that's one of our special ones. The other thing, too, is right after our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting, we jumped into our Finances and Planning Committee meeting. We shared with our board that we had already realized an expenditure decline of $7.2 million, which is a huge celebration. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our entire organization for helping us to get to that 7.2 reduction of expenditures. I also want to make sure that I thank our business office, because they have come in with a lot of controls and systems, new systems. One of the things that we heard about that evening was how we're reimagining our entire process for budget development, where we start with the zero-based budget, and it's all about looking at data and looking at trend data different things like enrollment and things of that nature to build a budget that's going to fit the needs of our current year. So really excited about that. And then every month that we come to you all, we have two levers that we look at. We look at enrollment and we also look at attendance. So part of what we also shared with you all is our new marketing plan, because we feel that that new marketing plan is going to help us to increase and improve those two levers. We heard from Juan Rodriguez and Alyssa Vela all about how we're going to go out and tell our story. We have a wonderful story to tell in HCISD, and just working with our community and getting that out there is going to be a priority. So we also heard from those two regarding our marketing plan. And with that, we had a packed agenda in both of those committee meetings, but I'm going to hand it over to our chair and see if there's anything else you'd like to share.
I think you summarized it quite well. It was very inspiring, both meetings. I can't wait. We talked about some opportunities with perhaps some partnerships with HEB and others. But it's just really heartfelt to see such an impactful partnership for these students and the opportunities it's going to create in their lives and their families and in the community. So again, kudos. Again, can't wait for the next. You continue to bring incredible programs and opportunities and different district activities to highlight at the Transforming Teaching and Learning. So I thank you for that. Lastly, I think, Dr. Cortan, thank you for your leadership and for the business office and really all the leaders and your senior team and the principals and directors for leaning in and really honing in on how to color within the lines and balance the budget. I want to remind everybody that help's on the way. Not only are you already increasing our fund balance and really getting us on a track for success, so we can really truly continue to align our budget to our vision and mission and goals. But we also have help with the legislative session coming, and a huge increase from what we've been told, hopefully, in funding next year, and have faith in our state leaders that'll do just that. And so we'll have help on the way. So kudos to you for your exemplary leadership, Dr. Cortan, and that of your senior team as well. Can't wait for the next meetings, but we're on the right course now, but it's all because of your leadership, so thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add to that, Dr. Cortan mentioned something that's extremely significant, and that is that the reduction of expenditures by $7.2 million. And I want to compliment Ida Ambriz, your staff, Dr. Cortan, and all those that worked with you and our principals throughout the district and everybody that has worked in that. That's incredible, and we're on the way back, so thank you. Okay. Our next item on the agenda is consideration for approval of the Memorandum of Understanding between Harlingen CISD and Su Clinica Familiar. Tanya Garza.
Mr. President, board members, interim superintendent, Dr. Cortan, senior team, and audience. Harlingen CISD and Su Clinica Familiar have collaborated on parental involvement presentations over the last several years. This memorandum of understanding will strengthen and continue the partnership while also expanding support through a referral system involving our campus nurses and our counselors. The collaboration aims to assist students and families with greater needs by providing access to essential medical, dental, and behavioral services. HCISD will coordinate referrals to Su Clinica, while Su Clinica will accept appropriate direct medical, dental, and/or behavioral health referrals from the district, specifically for students who do not have primary care providers, and for students whose parents or guardians are interested in registering for a primary care provider. So this partnership underscores a shared commitment to promote health and the well-being of both our students and our families. So again, this is just a continuation of the work that we've already had, but we're really expanding it to the referrals for our nurses and our counselors.
All right, thank you very much. This is an action item. Is there any further questions to?
Move approval between the MOU between HCISD and Su Clinica Familiar as presented. Thank you very much.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Pettis and a second by Dr. Reiniger, I believe. Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, our next item is item 8, matters related to business services. And the first item, 8A, is consideration for approval of award of proposals and contracts. Ms. Ida Umbriz.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. Matters related to business services, I'll be covering Agenda 8A, a consideration for approval of award of proposals and contracts. We have 7 that we are proposing tonight. Most of them are routine. Just kind of want to highlight a couple of these that we are presenting to you today. One is the computers. If you notice in your packet, that is up to $1 million. But this is only on an as-needed basis. So this does not mean that we're going to spend $1 million. It just means that that is the maximum amount that we're looking at projecting to spend on this item. This will be funded by local and federal. And so by our federal, that would be earmarked with our Title I Part A funds. And then the second one I wanted to highlight is the routing and planning software, GPS for transportation. That program is called Zonar, and this is an annual license renewal of $54,000. And this will also be funded by our local funds. Any questions?
Okay, I know everybody's had an opportunity to review these contract approvals, so Dr. Reiniger, do you have a question?
I do just have one question. Can you say a little bit more? The computers would be used in what?
So these are basically like technology replacement computer items, yes.
Across
the district, yes. And it's on an as-needed basis at our campuses and departments.
Thank you.
Sure.
And real quick, I just want to clarify, these items that you see and those amounts, if approved, you all would approve up to those, to have those expenditures up to that amount, number one. Number two, before they even get to our agenda, Mrs. Umbriz and the team make sure that those funds are already in the account and they're set aside and earmarked in the event that we should need them.
Thank you for that.
Well, and I think just to highlight, that's very important because in the past, that didn't happen. We approved stuff where we didn't have money set aside for that. So we appreciate the thoughtfulness.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? All right, this is an action item. Do I have a motion?
I move approval of the awards and proposals and contracts as presented by administration.
Motion by Dr. Reiniger and a second by Dr. Muniz. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Next item is B, consideration for approval of budget amendments. And again, that's Mrs. Ida Umbriz.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. We do have 5 budget amendments that we are presenting to you tonight. All of these are moving budget items from one function to another function, so there is no effect on our fund balance. And one budget amendment that I did want to highlight to you tonight, which is the 5th one, the last page there in your budget amendment section. And this one here, we are moving funds from a function 36 to a function 52 for security and monitoring services. And this is presented by our athletic departments to make sure we are covering accounts that are negative. And so this is a practice that we are definitely enforcing this year.
All right, thank you very much. Any
Any
further
questions?
comments on these budget amendments? Okay. Thank you for the thoroughness that your department is giving us on these. We really appreciate it.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. This is an action item. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve.
Moved by Mr. Hymas,
Second?
seconded by Dr. Monreal. Any further discussion?
No, Ricky.
I'll take that second.
I'm sorry? Oh, you did the second? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Excuse me. All right. Thank you, Mr. Liao, seconding. I'll let the record reflect that. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. All right, item C, consideration for approval of monthly tax collection information. Ms. Umbriz?
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. So in your packet, we have included our tax collections for the month of November. 2024. If you notice here, bless you, if you notice here in your report, as of November, we have collected $10.4 million. Cumulatively for this fiscal year, we've collected 28.5. That's about 60.9% of our levy. If you compare that to last year at this time in November, we had a 64.1% collection rate at that point last year. So we're just a little bit behind on that one, but we are monitoring our tax collections on a daily basis.
Okay.
Are there any questions?
Just a question. I mean, you probably didn't look this far back, but I imagine at this time of the year, there's kind of a range over the last 10 years. It's been, I mean, you just mentioned it to yourself, but that 3% difference or 3.2% difference.
Yes.
No reason to be concerned at this point.
No reason to be concerned. We still have the month of December. We're continuing to see those collections coming in daily.
Thank you.
Yes.
December is our main month of collection.
That is correct, sir. Yes, sir.
It's the big one. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do I have a motion? This is an action item.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, motion by Mr. Leal, second by Dr. Reiniger. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item D, consideration for approval of the monthly financials. Ms. Ida Umbreeze.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. So if you look in your packet here for our monthly financial statements, we have provided to you today what our balance sheet and our income statement look like as of November 30th, 2024. I am very pleased to highlight to you tonight. If you look at our balance sheet there at the bottom, under our general fund, and we do have all three of our funds presented to you today on our balance sheet, but the general fund is one I want to really highlight to you tonight, because I'm very pleased to announce that we have a fund balance of $19.7 million, and that is a 2.2 increase from the $17.5 million fund balance that we reported to you from our audit report. Are there any questions on the financial statements?
Congratulations on great work.
Thank you.
Ms. Umbreeze, or
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Powers?
Mr. Leal.
And so, thank you for that report. The general fund profit and loss is what I was keying in on every month. This is the first time in a long time that I think that I've seen a number in the black. I think we're $1 million over, and this is a point in time. We've got a lot of money to spend between now and the end of the year. But just kudos to your office and to the financial committee and to every department head and every principal and every employee that has tightened their belt. It's showing up on the profit and loss.
Yes.
We're not there. This is not a mission accomplished moment, because good financial management is just a lifestyle.
Exactly.
But it's happening. It's happening before our eyes. So let's keep up the good work. But this is a great moment in this story. And as the financial issues drop off of the headlines, and they will, it's not dropping off of our radar, and we're going to continue to manage it very closely. But congratulations for this moment.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we'll hopefully see a whole lot more to come in the future.
Absolutely. We're definitely working diligently every single day to make sure that we are doing better in our financial status.
Thank
Team
you.
effort for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the financial statements as presented.
Second the motion.
Moved by Mr. Leal, seconded by Dr. Pettis. Is there any further discussion? Just a great job. Y'all are doing remarkable. I know you're working really hard, you and your department, and thank you so much. This is great news.
Thank you. Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item E, consideration for approval of quarterly investment report. Ms. Ida Umbreeze.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. In your packet, we have included our quarterly investment report for you tonight. Pleased to report to you that we have, as of November 30th, 2024, $28.1 million in our investment pools. We do have several pools here at the district. Majority of that investment amount is in our Texas class. We're averaging 4.76% on our interest rate there. Are there any questions on our investment report?
Any questions?
The rates are still pretty good.
Yes, sir, they are.
Can I have
See
a
how long
motion
that
then?
goes.
Do I have a motion? This is approval item. Do I have a?
I move to approve.
Second motion.
All right. Moved by Dr. Cano Monreal and seconded by Dr. Pettis. Is there any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right. Item number F. Ida, you are
Thank you.
off now.
I'm off for a little bit. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 5 items tonight. Thank you. Great news. All right. Item F is consideration for approval of the 2025 stop-loss coverage for medical and prescriptive drug benefits. Our presenter is Rachel Cortez.
Good evening, Mr. President, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, board members, senior team, and audience. Item 8F on the agenda is a consideration for the approval of the stop-loss coverage for the district's self-funded health insurance account. On November 2nd, 2024, in partnership with Scott Gibbs from McGriff Insurance Services, who is our insurance consultant, we requested competitive proposals for stop-loss coverage for, again, our district's health insurance account. Proposals were due November 19th. Mr. Scott Gibbs, Executive Vice President of McGriff Insurance Services, is here today to go over the renewal and the proposals we received. I also wanted to mention that we did discuss the stop-loss renewal at the October 8th, 2024 benefits meeting. At that time, we also advised the benefits committee we would be requesting proposals for stop-loss coverage, and Mr. Ricky Liao chairs that committee. So I'm going to hand it over to Scott Gibbs so he can go over the proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Board President Powers, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, board members, senior staff and audience, thank you for having me here today. I'm going to go through the stop-loss presentation and just kind of remind you kind of why we have stop-loss. We did bring this up in the October 8th meeting. We did put it out to RFP, and these will be discussing the results and the recommendation. So just reminding everyone, what is stop loss? Stop loss is reinsurance that we take on for the health plan, so that we pass on liability to an insurance carrier to help keep the financial integrity of the self-funded plan. It helps us, it protects us from financial loss with catastrophic claims, or if we have a multitude of unanticipated large claims that hit. So the contract is between the district and the stop-loss carrier. There are two types of stop-loss coverage that we have. The first is what we call specific stop-loss coverage, and that is going to reimburse the district for individual catastrophic claims that are over an amount. Essentially, the district currently, we fund up to $275,000 on each individual claim, and then the reinsurance carrier picks up the remaining amount. What aggregate stop loss is aggregate is it's purchased in conjunction with the specific, and it reimburses us should our total claims go above a certain amount that we would call the attachment factor. So our current stop loss is with Tokyo Marine, which is formerly HCC, Houston Casualty Corporation. The current specific individual deductible, as I stated earlier, is $275,000. The current attachment factor is 125% of expected claims. Basically, that is, with our aggregate insurance, is we work with the underwriters from the stop-loss carrier to set a expected claim number on a PEPM basis. Then at the end of the year, 3 months after, we would review that, and if the claims were actually above that 125%, you would get dollars back. So the current stop loss premium is about a little over, it's $1,423,000. Through October, We've got 5 claimants that have exceeded the current deductible of $275,000, and we've collected $942,000 in reimbursements. Usually what you see with reinsurance, especially specific reinsurance, is you'll see, more of your reimbursements come in typically in the last quarter, October, November, December, just because the claimants have hit there. So we did release the RFP on November 2nd. We closed it on November 19th. It is for the effective date of January 1st, 2025. 18 insurance carriers were sent the RFP. We had 14 declines. I know a lot of times people are like, why do we have so many declines? And what I will say is a couple things. They will run the information through what they call their manual claim system. They'll see where that claim number is, and then they apply underwriting based on the risk that they assess. So sometimes even out of the starting gate, if their manual rates are not competitive with where they are, they can't even get out of the starting gates. And then a lot of times they'll look at the risk, and some carriers are more risk tolerant, some are more risk averse. This is not uncommon. Usually when we take it out to bid, we'll, usually have anywhere probably between 3 to 5, maybe 6 that respond, because also too, there are industries that they like versus other industries that they don't like. So we did get 3 quotes. We did have one that said they would quote if we went through October claims, but we are able to firm up with September claims. The proposals were reviewed based on overall fixed costs, contract terms, the risk deductibles level to make sure they match, and then sometimes they will laser certain large claimants. So they'll say the deductible is $275,000, but we know there's going to be $500,000 on claimant X, and we're going to laser them. We did not get any lasers with the responses, which is very good. So now this is kind of small, but so HCC came back, and they're our current carrier. And if you look down at the, there's no pointer on this, but if you look down, currently we're at that $1,423,000 in annual fixed premium. Their renewal came back at about right under a 24% increase, which would be about $1,759,000. ISU, International Specialty Underwriters, they came in and they were the carrier that had our insurance prior to HCC. So I think they have a kind of a feel for your risk because they had you guys for several years. So they came in at a renewal of about 6.57%. Berkshire Hathaway came in a little over 9%. I highlighted ISU. I think what's important on this too, just so you guys know, is, and I was trying to look it up on my phone, but when HCC came in and took us from ISU, I think it was actually a reduction of about 4.5% maybe. So the reality is, if you look at this over a 3-year period, we've probably gone up 2 to 2.5%. I will say that when I turned in, my projections to Mr. Mendoza, I built in 15%, just because the reinsurance market is real tricky. So this definitely is well under, kind of what we budgeted. So, with that, I'm here today. We're, requesting that the board award the reinsurance RFP to International Specialty Underwriters. They were the most competitive, bid at .657. That's roughly about a $93,509 increase. The budget was 15%. And for those of you that were on the committee, this is the number that they presented before we went to RFP. So that tells me a lot too. It matches the current coverage. There's no lasers. And we do have the no new laser clause at renewal with a 50% rate cap. So at the end of the day, if somebody couldn't drop a $2 million laser on us, we would have a rate cap on that. So with that, I am happy to take any questions.
Mr. Gibbs, so we still have, it's a 275,000 cutoff?
Yes, it is.
That stayed the same?
Yes, it is, and just so you guys know too, whenever we look at it and we work with the business office, we will also, I think we requested deductibles at 275, 300, and 325. And then what my team does, my underwriters and I, we do an analysis to see, we do a 3-year look back to see if it makes sense to move the deductible. And this year, it did not make sense to increase the deductible.
So, I mean, it sounds like given the claims and given the situation and the coverage and some of the other bids out there, you're pretty pleased with
This is a very good, I would tell you that typical renewals on stop loss for good cases run anywhere between 8 to 15%, just depending on the carrier that they're with. So I was definitely very pleased with this. So
thank you.
Mr. Gibbs, what do you mean by a 50% rate cap?
So the 50% rate cap basically means that they cannot individually laser someone, right? So let's say, for instance, we had 2 claimants all of a sudden that we knew they were going to be $2 million in claims. So they cannot laser those people, but what they can do is they could place a 50%, they could go up to a 50% increase. So on $1.5 million, they could go up to, they could go up to 2.25,
yeah.
But they could not laser them. And again, which is positive, because you look at the percentage, you say that's terrible, but all of a sudden, if you have 2 or 3 really bad claims that come up and they want to laser them, you at least have the protection of that.
And for our community audience, would you explain what laser means? It kind of sounds Star Wars.
Yeah, it does kind of sound Star Wars. Sorry, I'm a data guy too. So the reason it basically the term is laser, it's because if there's a known, if
Mr. Hymas, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, and you guys have a very good Christmas. It was fun for me to see the seniors. I have a senior too in high school, so
that's awesome.
It's nice.
Happy
to see.
holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you for the presentation. All right, our next item is G, consideration of approval of resolution to approve votes cast for election of 5 Cameron County Appraisal District Board of Directors. And Ms. Ida Ambriz, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Corton, senior team, and members of the audience. In your packet, you do have a resolution, and this is to entitle you to cast 415 votes for the Cameron Appraisal District. Are there any questions on what you need to do next?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I'd like-
Thanks, Marie. Is that your, I don't have any questions. I'm happy to make a motion, Mr. President.
Yeah, I think there's some, did you want to make some comments on the?
Not really. I mean, if you
Okay,
feel
that's
the need
fine.
to, I mean,
No,
I think
that's
we,
fine.
I think we explained last time, if you don't mind. I mean, essentially, a lot of these positions were already elected by the community
Yes.
in a normally held election. These are the remaining, CAD board positions that the entities now get to decide on their total of 5 positions that are remaining. And essentially, the highest 5 vote getters essentially get elected to the CAD board. So it's kind of important that we, get some representation for Harlingen. And so with that, Mr. President, I move that the board approve the resolution provided in the casting of our 415 HCSD votes to Jesse Villarreal, who, as you all probably know, has already been serving for many, many years and done a great job. So that's my motion.
Motion by Dr. Pettis.
Second.
Do I have a second?
Dr. Reininger.
Dr. Reininger, thank you. Second by Dr. Reininger. Is there any further discussion or questions on this item? Okay, if not, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right. Item number 9 is matters related to human services. 9A, consideration for approval of early exit incentive for professional employees. Ms. Debbie Scoggin.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Powers, Board President, Dr. Corton, Interim Superintendent, members of the board, senior team, and audience. Item 9A, consideration for approval of early exit incentive for professional employees. An early exit incentive is being proposed for our campus and district professional employees in the amount of $1,000 for those professional employees who declare their retirement or resignation in the month of January 2025 to be effective at the end of the school year. As discussed at this month's Finance and Planning Committee meeting earlier this month, this initiative will allow the district to forecast vacancies for the new year. And the change here from prior years is that this would allow all campus and district-based professional employees to declare their announcement in the month of January. Administration recommends approval as presented.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion as presented.
All right, Dr. Muniz.
Second the motion.
Moves, seconded by Dr. Pettis. Okay, and we are consideration for approval. Do we have any further questions on this item? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Item number 10 is Facilities and Safety Committee report. Mr. Tapia.
Board President Powers, members of the board, Dr. Corton, senior team and audience. On December 3rd, we held a Facilities and Safety Committee meeting. At that meeting, we have started off with a school safety update. Danny Castillo reported that he met with the safety subcommittee and that they discussed the TEA intrusion detection audit processes. They also discussed a TEA behavioral threat assessment pilot program and how HCSD had been selected as one of 15 school districts in the state to get insights and feedback on this topic so that they can help optimize the program before statewide implementation takes effect in the year 2025-2026. Also discussed the ESSER funded projects. There was 2 of them, basically controls and wiring finalization at Harlingen High School and Harlingen South. The new units that we installed, we did the ductwork installation and also doing walkthrough punch list items. On the Musk-funded project was the new amphitheater at Lemmings Elementary, where the foundations have been poured, walls have gone up, and the structural steel's going up in the structures, as well as some rerouting of some chiller lines. Emergency responders communication enhancement system, I reported that the wiring has been completed at several schools, and we're waiting for the equipment to be installed. So some antennas have been installed as well. So we're about 30% complete. Child nutrition is a federally funded project. I presented that child nutrition is working on Austin Elementary, Lemmings, and Stewart Place for some new art decor, painting work, and new furniture. So I presented some renderings of what that was going to look like. And the TRE projects, I reported doors and windows improvements at 6 school locations. The doors have been installed, but the glass storefronts will be in during the holidays, so those will be installed in the Christmas break at Harlingen High School South and at Sam Houston Elementary. Harlingen High School locker rooms, there's some units we ordered. They'll be in during the Christmas break. December 16th is the ETA, and they should be installed during the winter time. Marquees, we're about 20% complete. Lamar and Bowie have already demolished the old ones. They've poured the foundations with a structural steel. We're the first 2 that are being worked on. Shooter line replacement at the administration annex, 2nd floor. They've already completed the east side of that story, and now they're moved off to the west side. They're doing some welding of the piping, and then they'll complete it with the installation and turn the water back on for those units. Bonham Elementary, we did have only 1 bid on December 3rd. We're ranking it, reviewing it, and we may come to you at the next available school board meeting for possible award. And then we also did a change order to decrease Metro Tent Company credit of $5,029 back to the district, so then we can present the final payment to the board at the next meeting. I then gave a financial report on TRE funding, and that concluded the meeting. So I'll turn it over to Facilities Chair Eladio Jaimes for any questions or comments he may have.
Well, I wasn't here last week, but I want to thank Oscar and his team for everything they do in the updates. But I did have a question. He mentioned the Musk-funded project. Are there any other opportunities for the Musk Foundation that we've looked into?
We'll get those once in a while, and Alma Rock will usually track those for us because it doesn't seem to have a pattern of whenever they're releasing those opportunities. We've done, I want to say it's maybe 2 other projects, Oscar, with the Musk Foundation.
Yes, it was the culinary arts programs at the 2 high schools was one, and I think their first responders program.
And if I might add, I just want to note how many projects you mentioned that, oh, we're going to install this in the holidays, oh, we're going to install this in the holidays, and just, say a shout out and thanks to your team who work so hard during a time that's, this kind of precious window where we can get in there and get a lot of work done, and our kids come back to even a better place. But it's noteworthy that while we're getting time to take a break, that there's lots of people who don't. And so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar.
All right. There's no further comments, and we'll move on to item number 11, adjournment to close or executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082 of the Open Meetings Act for the following purposes. A, pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation with legal counsel regarding case number 2024-DCL-04235. B is pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074, discussion regarding employment matters concerning district teachers, administrators, and other certified employees. C, discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff. D, discuss recent intruder detection audit findings. And E, discussion regarding bids received after December 10, 2024 for the tax resale on property struck off to Cameron County for itself and other taxing jurisdictions. At this time, we are adjourned into executive session. We'll wait for Gina. Wait. Okay. All right. We are back into regular session. And first item is 12A, consideration for approval of employment of teachers and other professional staff. Dr. Denise, did you make a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion as presented.
All right.
Second.
All right, Dr. Denise moved, Mr. Hymas seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved unanimously. Item B, consider bids received at the December 10, 2024 tax resale on property struck off to Cameron County for itself and other taxing jurisdictions.
Move to approve the bids received, accept the bids received as presented.
Second.
All right, moved by Dr. Pettis and Dr. Denise seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. If there's no further business, we are adjourned.